time, we like to tell you about women who start their own businesses, turning their passions into profit. Well, our next story is about an opera singer who kept dreaming of staging her own productions in unusual spaces. Recently, Daria Parada decided to go for it, and she launched her own non-profit company, the Mercury Opera. The group just had its first performance in New York in a loft, and here's what inspired Daria Parada in her own words.
Okay, places for the end of the show. Opening night for me was tinted with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. The audience was basically there. They were all seated, and they had no programs. It was a nightmare, but we did it, and the show went on despite that fact. We basically put the whole show up in 10 rehearsals, and that was to keep the costs down. The mission of Mercury Opera is to present opera in unusual ways. We could do traditional production, but the idea is to present it always in an unorthodox setting. And it was really done as a piece of almost interactive theater, which I feel is necessary if we're going to attract people who are maybe intimidated by going to the opera in a traditional setting. It's bigger, it's louder, it's more like going to a rock concert. It's opera in your face. And it's exciting! Cavalleria Rusticana is a story of passion, betrayal, and revenge. It's set in Sicily around the late 1800s, but I updated it to be set in Little Italy in New York, present day. My character, Santuzza, it's very sad. She's been shunned by the people of the village because she's had this affair with Turiddu, and she's unmarried. Actually, it all started about 5 years ago when I attended a dinner party at a friend's loft, and acoustically it was fantastic. And I just looked at her and I said, this place would be a fantastic place to sing in. I would love to do a recital in your loft. And basically, I did. But it was really from that this sprang. So there was a lot of research that had to be done. I had to incorporate. I had to set up an office, which I did in my home. I also had to cast the production. Book an orchestra. There was so much to do that I had to hire somebody else, because at that point, I had to concentrate on directing the piece. No, wait, guys. Okay, whoever did that last shot, David, you don't run. It's very difficult to be a woman in a directorial position in a man's world. It's a total diss. You have to stop and do it really deliberately and then walk away. I think in business they're compatible, but there's always a tension. I have to be really organized in order to balance everything, all the parts of my life.
And I can get to me.
On a typical day, I get up. Usually it's around 6 because Dominic is an early riser. Dominic is my son. I drop him off at school, and then I come home and I work. I vocalize. Sometimes what happens is the day ends. I have family time with Dominic. I bathe him, put him to bed, and then I'm back on the computer. You know, it's a little bit hairy, but it's fun. If you love what you're doing, if you're consumed by what you're doing, then you're happy doing it. You know, and I believe that my life is really balanced. And I'm satisfying myself creatively, so what more can I ask for? Not much.